Okay, good morning traders. Welcome to the Bookmap All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We'll go through the live order flow analysis using Bookmap. Good morning traders. And understand the participants in the auction process. That is our goal. What is their behavior? We can read it. And due to that, we can start to understand where price might go next. This is the insight that we can get using order flow. General disclosure, all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure, trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, so let's jump in. Let's take a look here. We're looking at the S&P E-mini. We're seeing this nice move at the cash open here to the upside, looking for the high liquidity here right now, up at the previous high of day at 79 up here, 79.80-ish area. And here come the buyers. Looks good, looking for the move. We're at 70 right now, looking for this really strong move to continue and go right up into this liquidity here. So not looking for a pullback or anything at the moment. We've got some pretty good momentum here. All right. Okay, really simple read off the bat. You can see it's starting to pull back a little bit, but likely we'll get a bounce off of this. Now, if we don't, we'll read that as well. Okay, so we have lots of buying here and a little bit of selling coming in. Okay, now I'm looking for buyers to pick it up again right here. Let's see if we get our big green dot, and nothing yet, right? But this is what we're looking for, right? Here we go. A little bit of exhaustion there. Now we're looking for our green dot up here. It started to show, but let's zoom in a little bit more here. Okay, or exhaustion or trapped sellers in here, but buyers back up above here, 68. That's what we're looking for. All right, now we can look at the market structure in here. Okay, we are getting that pullback. Interesting. I thought we had plenty of momentum here just to go up to 79. Okay, so now we're looking at this swing and this swing down here. Now we're looking for our buyers. Let's see if we can get them here. Okay, nothing yet. All right, here they come. All right, buyers, let's see the move back up to the swing high, 72-ish, and then our 70, it's actually, 78 is where that liquidity is right here. Okay, this is what we're looking at in Bookmap and understanding that this was 79, I think it was 79, right? Was the previous high of day. We're looking for that to match with liquidity, and here it is right in the order book. Okay. Now I'm looking at the version of Bookmap here. It's actually Bookmap data. If you guys haven't checked out Bookmap data, I encourage you. You can try it out and see if you like it compared to Rhythmic data. It also offers market by order data, so your stops and icebergs, Trader Map Pro, etc., will work within the Bookmap data. Okay. Okay, interesting. So we just got up to the high here, bit of exhaustion, again, some sellers here, but we're still looking for it. These buyers back up here around this 71, and then the continuation up to the high of day. Okay, it's kind of struggling now, but if we zoom out a little bit here, we're still seeing buyers here, so we're still looking for the momentum up to test the 79 high here. Okay, let's take a look at our higher time frame chart in here. This is the daily over here on the left, the hourly in the middle, and the 15-minute here on the right. This is the swing up here that we're looking for, right? So it looks like 79.25 or something like that was, or maybe, yeah, let's just call it 79. But we're seeing liquidity in front of it, okay, at 78. And that's where we see nice momentum here on the 15-minute candle, also on the hour candle. And the daily, we're in the middle of a lot of price action from yesterday. So not too much on the daily chart. But let's see if we can not only get back up to this swing high from yesterday, maybe we can fill the gap in here. Right now, we can see steep down days here from last week. And what's going on in here? Well, there's a lot of things. There was a lot of data last week. It's very thin this week in terms of important data, so it's kind of interesting. But because it's only it's still early in the month here. Anyway, the data FOMC, they did not raise, I'm sorry, they did not cut interest rates. I think the market was kind of looking for that. We're just talk about recession, potential recession, and is kind of baked in that basically there will be at least a 25 basis points cut next month. Others are speculating it's going to be more than that, and there could be, even if markets are getting kind of roiled here, we might have even some sort of surprise intervention. At least I was reading talks about that, and we've seen that in the past. Okay, so here's our move. This is what we're looking for. Just sticking with it here and looking for that test, and I would be taking some profits up here. Okay, that's the zone I'm looking for. Right, so we can draw that area in here. Right, that's the target. And let's see what happens after that transacts. And then let me get rid of it here. Okay, because we're looking for potentially here, since we have nice momentum here in a down day, some huge down days here. So I'm going to weave the fundamentals into the picture here a bit so that we can go over what we're looking for in scenarios, potential scenarios in the order flow as well. Okay, so here's our swing high being tested right now. Looks like we still have some momentum here, and so still looking for buyers to take it higher for the moment. Now, we just traded the high liquidity, so we'll see. Is there still more demand in here to trade higher, or do we have to have a pullback after trading into this high liquidity in here? So you can see actually we came up to 80 and there was a bit of liquidity in there, and that transacted as well. Guys, I think I don't have my trader map light on this chart here. Let me put that on here. I'm not sure if I do or not. Doesn't look like it. No, I don't. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to make a new symbol. That's my bad in there because this is going to filter out this algo activity in here. See this algo on the bid and on the offer? We're going to filter that out. Not sure what the question is over here in YouTube about does it show buy stop and sell stop, but limit. Okay, so the data in the heat map here is simply showing the limit orders. Now that's the heat map part. Okay, we're just kind of have to wait here for an update. There we go. Okay, so up here, for example, look at 5,300. These are limit sell orders up here, and we know there's 187 by looking at the current order book. We know that 182 now. Okay, but this is the live market right here. What we're looking at to the left of this vertical white line is the historical market here. Okay, so this is how long we can zoom out and see how long have they been in here. What was their behavior in here? And you can see earlier before 7 a.m. you can see that it kind of tapered. There wasn't much, and they added in more liquidity, especially here at 8:30. You can see that they bumped it up into a higher liquidity here. So maybe this is the target we're looking for after those really big down days and this move, pretty strong momentum move here to the upside. Okay, so maybe this is the bigger picture target. We will read it. Okay, we are still in that uptrend. We just traded into our initial target, which was the high of the day, and yeah, just kind of going a bit sideways here at the moment. Okay, so where are they on the bid? These are limit buy orders on the bid in these areas here. It's just liquidity. But we know that liquidity is what makes the market tick, or work. It has to be that way. The market needs liquidity to trade. As simple as that. It needs orders. Behavior in this in the digital era here, behavior is shown via the actions of orders. And there's no way around it. That's just it. It's either market buy or sell orders or limit buy or sell orders. Now, of course, there's other types of orders, but it's either passive or aggressive. So that's what we're looking for in here to understand. Okay, so here we go. Here, buy orders on the bid down here. These are the aggressive sell orders here, the market sell orders. And what happened here? Well, we have a context. Look how these buyers here, they look like they wanted to buy and they kind of pulled it away from the market. And you can see precisely, in fact, where or what their action was. They pulled it in these little areas, and some of it transacted, but not much. And you see how it's dark red in here? Well, the heat map is up here, red and orange, very high liquidity, then yellow, white, blue, and then black is the least amount. Okay. Sorry, guys, over in Discord, just going through the basics here. So for newbies over here in YouTube that are unfamiliar with Bookmap. But it's still fascinating stuff and very insightful stuff. Look how sellers came in, swept the order book lower. This is going to be a stop run as well. We can verify that in the rhythmic data over here. Well, I shouldn't say rhythmic data. We can verify it with the stops and icebergs indicator that we have there. But the order book sweep down towards targeting this high liquidity, and we can see some of it traded right here. Okay, here's the transaction into some high liquidity, but a lot of it pulled. And see how they pulled here? See how the heat map then down here became this red color? So this is where they added it. So they pulled, it looks like, we don't know, but like it looks like they pulled here and added down here. That's the context. So what we can derive from that is understanding that they don't really want to be buyers here so much. They want to be buyers at a better price down here. Okay. Now we want the other context. Where is the, what about the demand here by the aggressors? Okay, well, we look at that with the volume dots in here. Okay, these are the transactions. This is the regular volume that we all are accustomed to looking at. Okay, so we're looking at these transactions in here, and this is what makes the market actually move. If they take enough liquidity at one price level, it will trade to the next price level. If you're unfamiliar with Bookmap, then I would suggest going to bookmap.com, click on this education button, and then go to, there's a getting started in here, which will watch it maybe the first video, or there's a bunch of videos in here on how to use Bookmap, the functionality. Then go to this market mechanics course and please watch this part 1. Minimum, just watch this part 1. It'll go through exactly what we're talking about with the mechanics of the market and how it works with some of these diagrams in here. All right. Okay. Let's go back to the current market. Interesting. All right. So we're seeing a bit of back and forth now. The sellers down into this area as buyers come back up here. We did not make another high here. It did not equal the previous high here. Okay, so we can see buyers came in, it exhausts out. We see the sellers come in right back down to the bottom of this range here. We see a bit of a bounce, but look where we come back up and bounce again, where these sellers came in. Sellers again, and we're moving back down. Okay, now we just made a lower low here, and we're making lower highs here. Okay, so we're starting to see the trend maybe change. It's a big range in here between 68 and 82 up here. Okay, but right now we're starting to see that that momentum is starting to wane. Okay, with this price action in here after trading into all this high liquidity here on the offer. So all these buyers chewed through or into all of this, but not up here, and the sellers come back in, and there's not enough demand for the market to go higher. We'll see though. Maybe there is. Maybe up in here we start to find buyers again. Right now, we can even take a step back here and bigger picture stuff. Let me get back to Discord and you guys make sure I'm supporting you over here. Okay. All right. So yeah, we got to catch up here. All right. Before I catch up here with it, let me just go through this. What kind of we have a you can get this over in the all markets room. It's a day trading preparation plan. It's very simple. It's by design really simple so that we don't get too involved into the details here, but these are the highlights that we want to look at. Fundamentals, technicals, outlook for the day, and then order flow in Bookmap. And this is where the rubber meets the road here. All right, so and where I'm going with this is looking at these big down days from last week and yesterday. Well, initially yesterday to the downside. What was going on? We talked about it at length yesterday about the carry trade unwinding, interest rates in Japan, the Fed not lowering rates here in the States on Wednesday, and then getting bad or worse than expected job numbers, as well as tech earnings not as good as expected. So all of these things combined to the down move. However, it's unwinding of bigger positions that I feel is really kind of what made that market go to the downside. And now we're getting the move back up to the upside. Okay, so we're looking at the, if we look at here, all of this is that unwinding. Now we're starting to see buyers come back in. Where did we go on the daily here? We came back down and likely, well, it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if this was a high volume node in here on a higher time frame, and it just tapped it, and then we found some buyers. Don't know, but now we're starting to see some buying coming in, and then we're still going to stick with our bigger picture scenario here, regardless of what we're seeing this back and forth in here. Okay, that lower highs, lower lows. This is, we're starting to, we see the shift right here. Okay, buyers back up above this area here. Okay, this is important for this time frame. This is where we're finding buyers. Okay, so now are we going to accept above this area here? Do we find more buying? I'm looking for it. And this is a bit of a pullback here. Let's see if we get our buyers in here. And now we're looking for buyers to take this back up into 84, 90, maybe up to 5,300. Okay. Bit of back and forth at the moment. Okay, but that's scenario number one, because look at all that buying in here. Right? So here's some exhaustion, here's some buying. I'm looking for these buyers to take it back up to the top of the range here. Okay, let's see it right here. We need to, there they are. Okay, they should be able to take it to the top of the range. Okay, back and forth still. And we got up here, we found some buyers in the delta bars. There we go. There's some more buying. Okay, now that's enough to push it and explore higher. Right. And with all this selling in here too, we should get a nice little stop run, probably up to about 88. There we go. There's 85, and let's see if we can continue on up to 88. Now that's surely going to be a stop run. Okay, now I can verify it. I cannot see it here on the TraderMap Lite or TraderMap Pro at the moment, nor can I trade from this chart at the moment. It will be released later in August, though. Okay, let's zoom back over here. Here's our stop run here in the rhythmic chart. Okay, to the upside right here. Boom. So nice stop run, and now we're seeing sellers take it right back down to the bottom of this range here. Okay, so broke out and then came right back in the range here. Okay, but we're still looking at where it broke out from here at 75 or 76 here. This is the key level here. Okay, for this time frame. Can you guys see why this is the key level here? Let's go back to the TraderMap Lite version, which filters out that algo. Okay, well, it's here. If we let me just bring the heat map down a little bit, and we'll get rid of this rectangle. We can see another level here, another key level right here. Okay, see the buyers back up above this area, retesting to it, dips down below it, rejects, retests here, and then accepts higher. Okay, we look for liquidity in these levels, and we look for the trading, the transactions within these levels here. Okay, so now we may get more sellers back down here. If we do, we'll likely trade right back down to 70. Okay, I'm not looking for that scenario right now, but that's a possible outcome here. Okay, and what will that look like? Well, it'll look like we'll come down here and we'll see some big red dots, and all of this buying in here is going to get stopped out on the way down here. Okay, so here we go, and let's see, that's going to be a stop run too. Let's see if we can get more sellers in here and try to get down to the bottom of the range here. Nothing yet. Slow down. You can hook up. Geez, I'm sorry, that was 25 minutes ago. You can connect the Bookmap data to Interactive Brokers and TradeStation. No problem. Also Tradeovate. Yeah, Alois will certainly know. Yep. No, you should be able to. Alois, really? It's like I need to connect with Alois for the support issues here. It's really great having you in here, Alois. Yeah, Bookmap data should as well. Huh, okay, that's what they told you. All right, well then you know more than I do on this. The way that you would be able to do it through Bookmap data is I believe you'll need to do the cross trading. Or, I'm sorry, no, you would like, for example, here, let me show you. You would make I'm sorry, I had it wrong. You would make your connection to your trader's workstation in Interactive Brokers. So for example, right now I'm in a TradeStation account. I'm testing something. I should be able to route this trade over to my TradeStation as well. Now I'm not in that live environment to be able to do that, but that's all you do is you'll make the connection here and you will need to connect to your trader's workstation in Interactive Brokers. Yeah, from what I understood, it was that was no big deal. I should have been able to make the connection to those 3 brokers, and ultimately we should be able to connect to anybody. Anyway, another thing we looked at with that unwinding of the carry trade, we were looking at the euro dollar yesterday, but we can take a look again at that in correlated markets. All right, let's see what happened here. So interesting. So we're going to get that stop run down into this area here, and then the buyers came back in right here. Guys, can you just point to me, like, if you see another one of these kind of patterns in here where the buyers took control, but over here in this area? No, you should be able to, T-Fox, you should be able to have multiple connections, no problem. Yep, that's it, Stephen, right here. Same idea. This is exactly the same concept. Okay, so this is where we're looking for the buyers. Now, I just want to cover this in terms of order flow, because you probably, I mean, you guys know over here in Discord, I've been covering it for such a long time. But this is a stop run. We have high liquidity here, and then it goes back and forth. Buyers come back in here. You see, actually, you know, a microstructure within a microstructure. It's all fractal. This is the move lower, and this is where the buyers took control back up above it here. Okay, this is the same idea as what we were going over on this time frame here. Okay, up here. Right, so this was our important level here, and you can see it traded, rejected, came back in, buyers here. Now, what I want to cover in here for those looking at the bar data, the candlesticks, whatever, is start to understand market structure and order flow in here. Okay, very simple but super powerful, super important, and that is to understand or make this correlation between your typical or traditional technical analysis and what's going on in the order flow here. So you might read about your double bottom or double tops or head and shoulders. What's really happening? This is what's happening. This is what's important. It's not to know the pattern, it's to know the orders within the pattern. Stop run, bottom of the range, high liquidity here. It rejects, and we don't know at this point, right? There could be more supply, and it trades back down to the bottom of the range. That's what our primary scenario we were looking for, because of all of this buying would be upset, and they'd have to cover, get a big stop run to the downside. We didn't get it. Instead, we got buyers come back above this area here. Here's one test, 2 test, 3rd test, it breaks through, it pulls back again and bounces off, and you find the buyers in here. This is your entry. This is your partial, or up here, partial take profit. And why up here? It's the swing, and it's where the liquidity is. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Bottom of the range, high liquidity, stop run. Buyers come back in here, take some off, take some off. Right, or maybe even exit at that point. Your stop would be down below here, someplace. Maybe just give it a little breathing room, and below this high liquidity here. Okay, protect yourself with this high liquidity. All right, now look what's happened here. Okay, interesting. All right, so now we've gotten that move to the downside. And this is why we're taking our partial or full profits in some of these areas here. We don't know, and then we'll look for the next setup. Okay, surely this is going to be another stop run to the downside in this area here. And now, again, fractals. Okay, our bigger picture here. This is where the buyers came in. Okay, this is where, let's see if it rejects. again here. Okay. So what we're looking for is we can look for this line here. Now we don't have really a trend line here to draw up. Okay, so all we have is this horizontal line. I mean, our more aggressive trend line would be this, but that was already broken pretty quickly here, as you guys can see. Yeah, good one, Stephen. I know you're looking at this stuff. I know you know it really well. But again, this is where you can start to, whatever works for you, start to put the pieces together of the order flow, though. We can go over any strategy in here and make this work. Okay, you might be looking at fib levels. You might be looking at your Camarilla floor trader pivots. You might be looking at patterns. You might be looking at volume profile. Doesn't matter, or any kind of just regular market profile. Whatever it is, start to look at the liquidity and the transactions in the market structure. Those three elements around those areas. So for example, right here, let's go over a 1, 2, 3 pattern here. Here we trade back down into this area here. Not too much selling here. Buying, not too much buying here. Some selling here. All right, so do we get a bunch of buying here? Not really. All right, so this 1, 2, 3 pattern looks to me like a continuation. I'm looking for sellers here, and I'm looking for sellers to drive it down into maybe 60, 61 down here. Okay, because in this back and forth pattern in here, I don't see the buyers yet. Okay, I'm going with the bigger trend, and let's see. Now we're starting to get a bit of buying here. Well, let's see now. Do we get some exhaustion here at the top? Do we see the sellers come back in? Okay, this can still work out here. It just traded up here, and then it is back in here. Now, this is the critical level right here at 68.5. We need to have sellers. Big red dots here. Okay, a bit. All right, so let's see the sellers trade back down to the bottom of the range, and then we're looking for our big red dots to continue lower here. Okay, that's what we're looking for in the order flow. Shark, are you in here today? Let's see here. No, I don't think so. Shark Blue. I love that 1, 2, 3 pattern, but and we're trying to read it in here in the swings here. Okay. Now we didn't get our sellers down at this 60, 68, 67 level here. Okay. Instead, we're getting buyers back up above. Okay, so that continuation pattern to the downside, it's not working out. Okay, we saw these clusters of selling. We saw like not so much buying up in here. That's why we're looking for the move lower. And you can see that we got back up above here. And then look at the buying up in these areas here. Okay, so buyers are going to take it right back to where? Here. That's what we're looking for. And I know it's already done it, but there's high liquidity here at 80, looking for that transaction into 80. There it is. Okay, now question is, do we still see more buyers come in, and can they get back up to 85 now? All right, I'm looking for actually a pullback at this point. Let's see if we can get maybe a bounce back to 75 or even back to 72 here. Yeah, well, Stephen, it's really the same things over and over again. It's just that he's looking at multiple swings with that 1, 2, 3 pattern. You can do it within any of these in here. I mean, you can make a case that your double tops, it's just a little less rotation, but your head and shoulders, heck, I mean, the Wyckoff spring within a range that slowdown looks at, whatever it is, look for putting that puzzle together about the transactions and the liquidity at the important levels. That's where you're going to get the insight, and then you'll have a great trading strategy. Yep. And how did he get consistent, Stephen? You know this from the I'll show you from the Bookmap Academy. We were lucky that he put together this image here, which is his process that he went through. Look, May 2023, he was marking up his charts in the Academy all over the place. You guys know all the whole story here. But then he got focused here in July and refined the process. And then that focus, that refinement of understanding these elements and the context led to a repeatable pattern of behavior that interests him. He's got a diagram here. He knows exactly what he's looking for within the range, and he's looking for specifics here now for the move up and targeting some of these areas. And then it's just a numbers game. Right? Continue to study and refine your entries and exits, and continue to learn. Right? So that's it. There is no time frame in here. All right, so here we go. Now this is getting interesting. So we're back up here, okay, and we're still looking for that 53 here, 5,300 after all of this here. I thought we'd get our pullback maybe back into these areas. It's pretty strong buying. We're back up here again. It's strong buying. There's no doubt about it. So yeah, we're still looking for the move higher here, even after this move, and a lower low here too, but it rejected. Okay. We were still looking for the continuation here. It still looks pretty good to me, and then it just got totally disrupted here, and then we got the opposite. We got the buyers here. We start to target. This is a really nice target here. I thought we'd get a bigger pullback than just this back and forth in here. I thought we'd get a bounce maybe off of this line here at 76 or so. We did not. It was pretty strong buying. Just meant that there's more demand in here. There is no chart, Frank, time frame. It's just pure price action. You can see these vertical dotted lines in here. Right now it's 5 minutes per dotted line. Okay. However, if I zoom out, you'll see that changes. Now it's 15 minutes per dotted line. And that's the reference. You can also put on candlesticks if you want and take a look at it. Okay, so for example, here we're looking at 5-minute candles. Okay, so we can zoom out. And I actually, this is another strategy. You guys like your candlestick patterns? Great. Well, here's one right in front of us right now. We have a range up here after the move to the upside, and then we have this wick up here. So what does that mean? Okay, well, right now it means nothing. It's just back in the range here, and just back to the top of the range again. But what we want to understand in the order flow between these two candles. So here's our retest back down here. It rejected. We see the wick. We see the buying. Now look at your candlestick pattern and look at the context that you can get from it. You have the buying and selling in here, the aggressors, and then you also have the order book. So look at this. Now we're coming back up again. This candle just closed, and I'm seeing buying back up here again. Great. I'm looking now for the move up into 95 and 300. Okay. It rejected here. But now we're looking at the volume in here, and we're getting buyers back up here again. Okay, so as simple as that. It's volume and candlesticks. It's also liquidity. Where are the limit sell orders? Where is the supply? Well, we see 90, 93, 95, but really 300 up here is where the most supply is. Okay, now are we getting our buyers up here is the question. Okay, nice cluster here. And then that's been it so far. Kind of surprising. I thought if we zoom in here, maybe we can get a little more detail. I thought this was enough here to not only test up here to the top of the range, but to break it. But we'll see. Okay, so we have a wick. We have another wick in here, or kind of a doji Let's look at the volume between these two in here and look at the order book. Look at the bid here. See them bidding up here and here? Do we get buyers? If we get buyers and they're bidding at a higher level, I'm looking for them to trade into and through 90, 95, and 300, or up to into 300. Okay, so let's look for it here. We're looking for our buyers up here at the top edge, and then we're looking for it to trade not only into it, but through 90 into 95. Okay, the bid is still pretty strong there. Just no aggressive buyers, no aggressive buyers there. It exhausted out. Okay, so sellers are coming in. Okay, so we didn't get that scenario here, right here. This is what exhaustion looks like. Okay, so we had some buyers, exhaustion. Now we're getting buyers, and the bid is still here. Okay, now I'm looking for the breakout, right? Right here, 88 on up into about 95 or so. Okay, good, nice buying in here. Still, the bid looks good. Okay, there's 90. Now, let's see it continue here, looking for a stop run. It means anyone who sold in here should get a quick move up into 95. That's what we'd be looking for. Bid is still strong. Bid is still strong, just not finding the buyers yet. Okay, see the bid here, 87. Okay, does that help, Russell? See the bid under here? This is the bid in the heat map. It means it's high liquidity underneath. Okay, this means they want to buy. This is demand in here at a higher level. Okay, this is bullish. And now we're finding our buyers as well, the aggressors, the market buy orders that are lifting the offer. They're pulling up here at 92 or 93. So I'm still looking for buyers to take it higher here. Okay, 95 or 300. Okay, it's kind of grinding here, but let's see here. Okay, well, a bit of exhaustion at the moment. Okay, these are rotations. This is why we want to understand the rotations in here. So exhaustion, sellers, exhaustion, no sellers, buyers back up here again. Okay. Trader Map Lite is free, Benjamin. Okay, we wanted to, this is what the chart looked like without it, with this algo in here, and it kind of messes up the heat map. So we can only filter this for CME group instruments with our market by order data. Okay, now the Trader Map Pro version is included in that that package, but the Trader Map Lite is free. Okay, and it gets rid of this algo. Okay, so now we can see the liquidity much clearer. Yep, looks like Stephen has just explained all that in text. Thanks, Stephen. All right, let's see again here, exhaustion, but the bid is still strong, finding our buyers, still looking for the pop. 95 is trading. I want to see the pop up into 300. Okay, see how we would have stayed with this trade in here? This is easier trading, I feel. Much easier than the last week or the last several weeks, actually. These are pretty clear signals, and we're just looking for these moves to unfold. We go through the scenarios, and yeah, we might get it wrong. But if we are objective in reading the order flow in here, the bid, the strong bid, the buyers in here, then the likelihood of this unfolding here is much higher. Okay, target reached. All right, so now, well, we still have buyers, so we're still sticking with this in an uptrend. Maybe 10 is the next level here. All right, let's take a look here at our candlestick chart. How's that coming along? All right, so we're up in this kind of gap area here. Next level, at least technically here, would be up around this 32 on the S&P. Okay, so we're looking up here on the 15-minute chart around, yeah, 32 up here, 332. Okay, now a full gap fill would be up here, at least from the data I have, up at 71.5 or so. Okay. Okay, so Alois, so it support team, yes, cost trading in IB account with Bookmap data is possible. Okay, great. TradeStation should work as well, and Tradeovate. Yeah, and soon, I can't wait. It's going to be a new day when you'll be able to trade from the Trader Map Pro and Trader Map Lite. We're still trending up, guys. There's nothing else to do in here until we see something new. The bid is still strong underneath it. We're still finding, well, we're starting to find some sellers up here right now, so maybe we'll get some pullbacks in here. Okay, but we're, yeah, so a little bit, you know, of exhaustion, some selling. And now rotation back up. Let's take a look at take a peek at this rotation here. Okay, do we get buyers back up now? Is the bid strong? It's not bad. There's a little bit of a flip of the book. They were on the offer, now they're on the bid here. Great. Let's get up into 10. Okay, look at the bid follow up underneath the aggressive buying here. See that? Candlestick gets in the way. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so this is an algo underneath on the bid in here. See how it followed up underneath? And let's see if it just spoofs it right into this 9 3/4 level or 10 level, and that's it. That might be a, you know, we don't know. Could be a trader that is trapped and is following up underneath, but to me it looks like it's more kind of spoof like type of activity, trying to skew the auction, get price up into this area, and then sell. Again, these are the kind of things you can read in here. And this is the ES. You know, you can read it even easier in thinner markets. Okay, Caesar, let me put the anchored VWAP on here. Sure, let's do it on the low here, right? So you're looking at down here, is that right, Caesar? Let's do it. Anchored VWAP. Create a VWAP in here. Well, actually, what I'm going to do in here, so this is a VWAP that, get rid of this one. And I can get rid of this one. And then let's show this one here. So this one, actually, this is the anchored VWAP here from the, I don't care about that. Like I want it from the start here. 9:30. Okay, so yeah, no, it did it here. I have it repeat every day at 9:30. All right, so let's just take a look at this first off. Okay, so for you guys using the anchored VWAP, and you want to look at your regular VWAP, you don't need it up here. We still have it available here, but you can see that ours reset right here at 9. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the one that did reset here at 9:30. Yeah. Okay. So let me get to the resetting. You can have it reset here as well. So we'll go back to our anchored VWAP, 9:30. Okay. This is why daily. I just needed to have it reset daily. That's all. Okay. So it'll work here now. We should see it reset right here at 9:30. There you go. So there's your regular VWAP in here. And now just keep your anchored VWAP open and you're good to go. Okay, but let's add another VWAP in here. This is what Caesar wants to look at. Now, all you have to do is zoom in a little bit, but just right click here at the low of the day and then go to create anchored VWAP here. That's it. It takes a little bit of time and it'll generate this new VWAP. There we go. Wow, you are spot on, Caesar. Look at that. Beautiful. Right to it. And a little back and forth at that level. We were watching it at that time, and then that's when the buyers came in up here, right? We thought we'd get maybe a move back down to this level. We didn't, and buyers came back in and moved it all the way back up here to our initial target of 53, but we're still looking for a bit higher here. Okay, we got a pullback to 95 actually, and we almost hit that level here at our 10. It's still in play though. Yeah, that's right. We saw the this algo in here kind of pushing it. This is one of the tricks that you can look for is, take your profits before high liquidity so you don't have to sit through this pain. So front run it up into that area here. Thanks, Slowdown. So who did I miss here? You were asking about can I compare the COB Trader Map Lite? Okay, it looks like you already got it done. Is that right? Yeah, well, here's an easier way to do it as well. Let's take the S&P Rhythmic and let's get rid of these columns. Hold on a minute. Let me go back to this one. Okay, there we go. All right. And now I should be able to just, a minute. Let's line it up. And I should be able to just click on this. And it should align vertically with all the other charts. Well, if it doesn't, here we can just take this 10 level here. Yeah, so here's your skew. I mean, it's a massive skew. Slow down. A nice little study there. And how this algo is just totally blowing it out, right? You can look up here. We have 85 up here. We have 812 here. It's been filtered away. 700 up here now. Okay, and then here's this algo in here as well. We can look right at it in here. This little bump and this little bump in here is really not showing over here in this book. Okay. Pop this back in, just close it, and it'll pop it back in here, end of the line. So we've got to move it back here. And then let's take a look at our Trader Map Lite again. Yeah, you were right. This one up at 10 was not an algo. Suppose it, why the Trader Map Lite kind of took it out. I mean, it's showing up here, but I don't know exactly how that one works. But yeah, I think you are correct. I'll have to go over that with development. Yeah, I agree with you. Slow down. Something's a little off there with the filtering. Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, it does a really nice job of filtering out. I mean, it's still high liquidity up here, but you're right. It filtered out some noise, or quite a few orders at some of those levels, and it shouldn't. Yeah, I'll have to discuss it with development. All right, so let's see what's happening here. Okay, we've come back down below our 5,300, and we got our. It's still not a reversal. What's happening is we are trading in. You can see the market structure here. Okay, we can even come back down to this level here at 89, 88. We were looking for that breakout and that move up. We cut it quite nicely. We're looking for that. And then now we're looking for the a move back down. And we're looking for the reaction around this level here. And then this, if it gets down here, then this level here. Okay, so let's come in here and focus. What are we getting? So we see the move back down. I do not see buyers yet. It doesn't mean they won't come in up here and then start to move the market back up. If they do, I'm looking for 300, and it looks like they're going to. All right, so yeah, I'm still looking for 300, and then maybe 03 would be the next level up here. Boy, I tell you, it's a lot easier looking for moves to unfold due to order flow than placing orders and waiting for them. I actually like it, and I like doing it in front of you guys because we can learn so much more about the trade management and optimizing your trading, and then that's a really good thing. Also psychology about, like, how am I going to handle it? Where's my stop going to be? Where's my take profit going to be? And the one downside to that, though, is, okay, that's how I'm trading it, but you're going to be trading it differently. But at least you get some insight to a different perspective. But going through the order flow, this should be pretty objective for everybody. I hope that's the goal in here in this All Markets webinar, though, is so that no matter what you trade, it might be volume profile, like I said, it could be anything here, but we're looking for reactions at specific levels. But why? Now, this might be your Camarilla pivot, I don't know. Might be your fib level, I don't know. But I want to know what's happening around this level, and I know that a lot of buyers came in here at this point. Okay, so I'm looking to see if there's still more demand at this level. Okay, and the market's trying to figure it out right now. Okay, we got our move up into 300. That's what we're looking for in here when we started to kind of break. Yeah, right in here. We had a trend line, I think, and then back up above, and then found more buyers, 300. Now, they've come back again, right? Well, let's look at this level now. Are we getting more buyers back up here? What's that bid look like here? Same process. Now, I'm not getting as much insight here. Still seeing buyers. That's good. The bid is okay here. But it's not as clear. Whereas I thought some of these other moves in here were very clear. Okay, go back and maybe watch the recording of this. That might be helpful. Okay, now it's looking a little bit better, a little bit more clarity. Let's see. Okay, now we found sellers and they took on that liquidity right here. Okay, so we're just starting to see maybe some of that buying and then that high liquidity here, but look at the sellers took it on, traded through it. So there's more supply now. We know that. So now I haven't seen what has happened to price yet. Okay, but I am looking for, and let's just draw a couple lines in here, here and here. I want to see what happens in these areas in here and the potential move up to those areas as well. Okay, so more selling, more selling. Okay, here, exhaustion. Let's see if we get our buyers. Okay, more selling takes it lower. And not a whole lot though. Now, because of this in here, now we might rotate back down and get more selling. If we do, I'm looking for the book sweep lower. If we don't, we get buyers back up here. I'm looking for them to take it not only back to here, but back to our previous line where it broke down from. And selling, this is really back and forth and very indicative. Exhaustion, selling. This is probably an iceberg. We can go check that out. But then now we're getting our buyers back up at this level. Let's see if they can push it a little higher here. And we get back up to here. Okay, so that's our target. Okay, now we rotate back down. Now we're getting sellers, and we find sellers into bids here. Okay, this is what we want to see and read the transaction here. Okay, we're getting buyers back up above it. Okay, let's see if they can take it back up into 300. Nope. Okay, sellers. Okay, now sellers have the edge here. I don't see much on the bid. Sellers should be able to take it down. They don't. Trade back up here. Well, it did exhaust. It did exhaust out here. They did have the edge here. Does that make sense to you? I mean, the buyers came in and here's, you see that big buying dot and the continuation on up to the top of the range here. Now this is an easier read in here. We have buyers and they're starting to pull that liquidity up here. They don't want to be sellers here. You can start to look for some of these other areas now. I would like to see a stronger bid underneath. Okay, now there's our bid. So now we're getting our move. Okay, now we have something higher probability in here. And now all it did was trade back up to 300. That's enough though. And we're reading much smaller time frames and moves in here. And we can do it in real time, and we can do it with in sim only. We're not going to, the goal here is not to, not going to trade in real time. I mean, I'm sorry, we're not going to trade in a real account. So that you should not be risky. This is not a trading room in here whatsoever. It's about understanding the order flow in terms of the context of the market here, and then how to manage the transactions or the trades within that context as well. And that's it. Okay, this is still bullish here, right here, if we get our buyers. Now, this is another concept. Now, if we get sellers below it, look out. They're going to hit down to the bottom of the range and maybe even break it, because we had sellers here before. We get down to this level here. This one looks the best, though, down here at 94. All right, so now this is our critical pivot area right here. Now we're getting buyers back up above it. The buyers should now be able to take it back up to this 02 and 03 here. And we're right back down here again. This is a battle. Okay, but we have more buyers in here. This is a tricky read. But what I wanted to cover here is the point of control, or most traded level, right in here, in this zone in here. And that's this kind of horizontal line that we started the webinar off with, right in here. Okay, by understanding the buyers above it, sellers below it, buyers above it. So sellers come back down below it, but are unable to drive it lower. Buyers, again, up here. This looks really good to me still, and yet they were still unable to. So these are your kind of inside out moves, and then we're looking for continuation. Okay, so your inside out moves is like around that high volume node, but you're looking for the volume to take it to the bottom of the range, and then maybe through it, and then the continuation move. Okay, so now we're back up here again where we previously had buyers, and I'm looking for, because of all that buying up here, I'm looking for them up here at 300 to break out and trade up into 03. It looks better now. They're up here, they're up here, they're up here, etc. So now let's see if we get our order book in balance. There we go on the bid. Let's get it, buyers, up into 03. And no. Sellers come in and take those guys on. No. Now it's still pretty tricky in here. Still pretty tricky. That looked pretty good to me. Yet again, right here. They don't always work out. All right, so let's see if we can get another one right above this selling in here. This is another kind of critical area now at this point, above 99 on buying. All right, here they go. All right, so let's see it, buyers, here on up to not only 300, but I'm still looking for 03. They can't get through it. They can't get through it. All right, let me go back to YouTube here. I think we're caught up on a lot of the stuff in Discord. Thanks, Alois, and Stephen, for all the help in here. Great stuff. This is really trappy, as you guys can see. You know, you get sellers down below, and then we're going to see stop run after stop run in here. We can jump over to this one here, and we should see at least stop runs down to here. Here's one here. Actually, it started up a little higher. This is a stop run, and not much here. This is actually real selling. This is actually real selling as well. Okay, there's our stop run to the downside. Okay, so here we're getting our follow through here. Okay, so we came back up to these pivots. Look at these pivots in here. I wish I could be on the Trader Map Pro chart, but you know, this area in here, and then looking at the stop runs above it and below it. Okay, I would be looking for those. And now we're getting really big stop run here, really nice one to the downside. Okay, so now we're back down into this level in here, where they broke out from around this 88 level. Okay, I am still looking for buyers here, and I would be looking for buyers. Let's look for it. Let's jump back to our Trader Map Pro chart, guys. We won't have to do this for long, probably a couple more weeks or so, and then we'll be able to look at all of this right from the Trader Map Pro chart. or Trader Map Lite. Okay, so now we're looking for our buyers to come in at this bottom level here. I do not see them yet. Little cluster here. Okay, high liquidity getting filled. That's good. Okay, we're looking for a buyer rotation back up here to 90 again. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Still trending down. Okay, there we go. Now we got a buyer rotation back up here. Okay, looking for sellers to take it back down to 88 here, or 89. Nope. We got a bid, and we got our buyers. Okay, so I don't think we're out of the woods yet, but here we go. Right, here's our kind of area here. All right, so now we got the move back down here. Okay. All right, let's see the buyers come right back in. We're looking for this 1, 2, 3 pattern here to unfold. It's still trending to the downside. Okay. All right, buyers take it right back to 90, maybe up to 92.5. So you can even trade these in here, these ranges in here. I know this really, you have to be pretty quick on the mouse and scalping, but you can do it. It's not that bad. And it's not like high frequency or anything. Just saying that these things are here in the order flow. Okay, it depends on what time frame you want to trade. Oh, you get there, Rob. I mean, like shutting off emotions. Just trade smaller. And if that bothers you, like I mean, then stop trading and just look at the patterns. And start to do exactly what we're doing in this webinar. You were doing that before in some of your YouTube recordings. All right, everybody over on YouTube, I think we're going to, I'm going to, the European close comes up soon. Tom B will be up next, a volume profile trader. He'll be here in YouTube as well. But I'm going to stop the YouTube here for now. And we're going to jump over into Discord and continue over there. If you want to come over here for the next 15 minutes or so, we're going to continue the discussion. All right, so get into some of the traders over here who are here every day and support them a bit more. All right, so yeah, I'll show you where it is. You can come over to our YouTube channel, and it is right here in our Bookmap YouTube, the All Markets webinar with Bruce, or All Markets Bruce is what it's called. All right, so you can find us in here. Great discussion. You can see the Q&A we've had in here with a lot of different traders. Okay, so yeah, come check it out over here, and we will see you there. All right, so give a thumbs up, please. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then yeah, really would be great to see you over here in Discord. You can be a part of the Bookmap Academy as well. Get some coaching and mentoring if you like. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody, on YouTube, and stay over in Discord. I'll be right there. Yeah, we'll see you on Friday then on YouTube. Same time, 10 a.m.